Hey guys, it's Trish, Trisha's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. I just made a mistake and lost half the people that were on my live. So I'm going to give them a minute to hopefully come back on. I am so sorry. I pushed the wrong button and it ended the live instead of starting the live. So hopefully all you guys that were signed up realize that I messed up and you'll come back. I will stall for a little bit of time while you guys come find me. I am sorry if you already got on and then got bumped off. I am so sorry. Hey, Angela. Hey, Judy. Were you guys on before and got bumped off? Hey, Karen. Several girls had come on, several ladies had come on, and then I pushed the wrong button and I messed up. So hopefully you guys, they'll come find us again. Okay. So, all right. So Angela, you at least found me. So that's a good thing that you came back. So thank you. So I'm just going to stall for a little bit of time and hopefully people will find me again. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Trisha's Card Club. And you can shop with me online 24/7 at trishan.stampinup.net. So those are good things. Hey, Peg, good to see you. This is just some information about me that I like to have. If you're a first timer here and you just stumbled upon my video, thank you so much. I hope you watch it. I always do my video first and then announcements and stuff towards the end to be respectful of your time. For those of you that have joined, I was already live for one split second and pushed the wrong button. And so I lost a whole bunch of people. So I'm hoping that they come back and find me so that they can see the video tonight. Because the video tonight is an extension of the video that I did last week. So I want you guys to see it again. So I want you to see it so you can see the stamps in action. Last week I just used the dies. I am texting my sister because I think she was one of the folks that. Yes, Peg. Hello is that O is so important in that word, isn't it? So important. Okay. Hopefully my sister will find me. I saw her on there before and I lost her. So, oh, I'm so bummed. Hey, Marcia, thanks for coming on. Were you on before, Marcia, and lost me? Because I pushed one, as I told everyone, I pushed one wrong button. Okay, so I will get started. Hopefully people will catch up with us. I'm going to be using the stamp set and bundle dies. It's all the bundle that we used last week called Petals of Beauty. This is a stamp set. Oops. And these are the dies right here. And then I'm going to show you the card I made last week just using just the dies. Well, I say that confidently. The question is yes. Okay, I do have it. So last week I didn't use any stamps, so I thought it'd be fun this week to make a card using some stamps and some dies again. So, hey, Catherine from Maine. Nice to see you on here. And Marcia, thanks for joining. Okay, so this is what I did last week. Let me see if I can get this a little bit more focused. Let me go down one more time. There we go. So this one is a little bit hard to tell, but there's a texture. There you go. You can see it. There's a textured background. So I'm going to use this again. And I really love this set. I think it's so pretty. I had originally, hey, Huckles, I had originally labeled my YouTube card a fun spring card with beautiful flowers as we're about to start winter. Because that's what it's like here. We went from a beautiful weekend to, I think we're in our 30s now. So, and I know other places are much colder. My sweet friends and family from Maine are much, much colder. So I know also Shannon was on here and I lost her. So I feel so bad when it drops. Oh, it's our Kathy. Oh, I didn't recognize that formal Catherine. Well, welcome, Kathy from Maine. I'm so glad that you could join us. And Mary, Finn, hello, welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. You haven't missed anything yet. I'm just going to remind you guys that I'm going to be using the Petals of Beauty bundle. Last week, we used it with just the dies. This week, we're going to use it with the flowers and the dies because I thought it'd be fun to kind of build on what we did last week, although it's a completely different color combination. So just as a reminder, this is what we did last week. So it's completely different. And I'm also going to be using a new stamp set that's coming out January 6th. It's called Reason to Celebrate. This is a great get this stamp set and keep it in your stash forever, because there's so many holidays that are represented in this stamp set. I love it. So I've gone ahead and done this that I talked about a couple weeks ago. I will tell you guys, by mistake, I wasn't thinking, and I did it with regular black memento ink. Do not do it with black memento ink, because this is so shiny and it doesn't absorb really well. So I had to dry it. I literally had to use heat to dry it so that the words don't smudge. Use one of our regular ink pads. That's like our classic basic grays is a really good color choice. And I haven't finished the final step of putting the window sheet on there, but I will get that done. I was just working on that tonight. So I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday from this set, but there's tons and tons of word stamps. And so this is one that I'll probably keep forever. Like, I think if you guys know me from my classes in Maine, I kept them for a really, really long time. Oh, Karen, that's a great idea. Karen is suggesting to stamp the images. So stamp this on cardstock and glue the cardstock. Karen, that's brilliant. Glue the cardstock to this. So that's a brilliant idea. Then you don't have to ever worry about smudging. I think I'm going to go in that direction, Karen. That's a really, really good suggestion. Okay, so today I am using Melon Mambo as my card base. It's just a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, cut in half and scored. Then I'm using one white layer, which is going to be this one, and I'll take that down. Now, normally I do my white layers 1/4 inch around. So my white layer would be 4 by 5 1/4. But this one is actually going to be 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. I just wanted a little bit more of the pink to show, so it would pick up on the flowers that I'm using to make the card. So that's how I came up with this size. And there it is. I'm on my desk looking for my glue. Okay. So that was that. I am going to put this on my card. So I have a border that's, by doing this, I have a border that's the same size all the way around. That's always my goal. But sometimes you don't see as much of the base, and I really like the base colors. So the colors that I'm using for my ink are Bubble Bath and Melon Mambo. They make a really pretty combination together. And this is a 2-step stamp set, so I'll explain what that means. I already did some pre-cutting with the dies, and it's this die right here. So I'm using this die right here, and then I'm going to use the outline dies, which are these 2 dies right here. Right here. Sorry for the glare, you guys. And right here. So I went ahead and I cut 2 of the leaf dies out of green. What is this green? Garden green. Now, one of the things that I want to do, because it's a little bit longer than I want, I'm going to trim one of them. So let me put a little bit of glue. This is where I need my silicone mat, which is too far away for me to get. So let me see okay, that's the front. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the leaves to glue that down. This is one where you silicone match. My silicone mat should be on my desk as part of my stamping kit, but it doesn't fit in this little box that I have. But I think I might expand the size of my box and put the silicone mat on there. Okay, I need this to be sort of all the way over in the corner. And then if I do this, I want another piece to go down here, but it's too long. So I'm going to trim just a couple of leaves off. And it's not going to matter because it's going to get covered up. So it won't matter. So I'm just trimming a couple of the leaves off like this. And I can even trim some of that. I don't need that. So that I have a little bit more down here. But like I said, that middle part gets covered up. So it doesn't matter that I've trimmed some of the leaves off. So then let me glue this one. Put some glue on here. You guys, I'm kind of excited. For those of you guys who stamped with me in Florida, if you guys remember, a very dear friend of mine, Sandy, who was a nurse practitioner, then got her PhD. She has accepted a position teaching at the University of Alabama. And I am so excited because I'm going to get to go see her because she's moved to Alabama. She's about 2 hours away. And I'm really excited because sometimes you just get homesick for old friends. And so I'm so excited. They've got their house there, not quite moved in yet. They're working on that, but they expect to be in the next couple of weeks. And I said, give yourself a couple months and then I'm going to drive down and we're going to do lunch. And I'm really excited to see her. Let's see. Hey, Kelly. Thanks for joining. And Miss Charlene, good to see you all. You guys, we are 6 Saturdays away from Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate for all you folks that are coming for Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate. So yeah, mark your calendars. Okay, so there's that. So then I'm going to take the happy and the birthday from the Reasons to Celebrate stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in black on the top of my card. I'm going to start with happy. Did I get enough on there? Let me get a little more ink on there. Happy. And then birthday. This is a birthday card that I'm kind of two-timing it. This is a birthday card for one of my colleagues at work. She's a really sweet lady, and I hope I'm not getting my head in the picture, but I need to be able to see. Let's see how this came out. Yep, it's a little closer than I want, but it still will work. It'll still work because I don't have a lot of space. So this is a card for her, but she doesn't watch my videos, so at least I don't think she does. So that's going to work out well. So happy birthday. That's the card that I want. Now, I'm going to take another piece of paper, just a piece of scrap white. I'm going to take my Melon Mambo ink and my Bubble Bath ink, and I'm going to stamp my flowers. And then through the magic of camera, I have already cut them out, but I'm going to show you how to two-step stamp. So with two-step stamping, there's usually a flat base stamp and then a detailed outline stamp that would go on top of it. So you generally want your lighter color to be your flat base, and that's what I did. So I'm using Bubble Bath, and I'm going to stamp that here, like that. And then I have another one that I'm going to stamp as well because I need 2 flowers. I'm going to stamp that. Now, another way that you can do it, I'm going to show you another way, but let me finish this one first. Now I'm going to take my darker one and I'm going to stamp the details of the flower, and I have to line it up. And I happen to note that this little wing right here matches this little wing over here on my stamp. So that makes it a little bit easier to match up. Now, I'm not going to worry about it being perfect. Nothing is perfect except God. So if it doesn't come out perfect, it's still going to look great, but I'm going to try as best I can because I can't get over it because of the way I video. So oh, that came out great though. See how pretty that is? That's two-step stamping. And then I have one more, which I'll do, and then I'll show you another way that you can do it as well. Okay. So on this one, I'm using this little line up here, and I'm matching my stamp up to that. And then that's that one. So, and see how it's a little bit off, but I'm not going to worry about it. I would take this out. I would get to my dies. Line up my dies. Let's see. That's this one. Nope. Line up my dies like that. Run it through my cut and emboss machine. And through the magic of television, I have 2 flowers all ready to go. Before I get to that, though, let me show you. Let's say you only have 1 color ink and you want to do a 2-step stamping pattern on it. What you would do is you would take, where is that white piece of paper that was just in? Okay, let me flip this over. Okay, you would take the first layer and you would ink it up, get a good amount of ink on it, and then you would stamp off, and then you would stamp on to your piece of paper like that. Then you would take the outline and you would stamp directly to your ink. And then you would just stamp right over, just as if I did it before with 2 colors. You would stamp right over it, and you would get, again, a really pretty design. And you can see the difference, but it's still very, very pretty, and you get all the details. So if you want to use 2-step stamping, just stamp off once for the bottom color, and then stamp directly for the top color. Or use 2 colors. But if you're limited in your inks, you still can do 2-step stamping super easy. Okay, so that is that. I had one more. There it is. I had one more die that I used and I couldn't find it, and I just got my hands on it. Okay, so we're going to pretend that I've cut these out. I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to bring the card back into the picture, and I'm going to put my flowers on like this. So and I already put dimensionals on the top of them. So let me put some dimensionals on here, and I want it to be a little bit filling this space in a little bit. And then this one is going to go on top of it like that. And then there's another piece. This piece right here, it's another die. Can you see it? Okay. I'm going to use that again. I really need my silicone mat. I'm going to put a little bit of glue down. And I'm going to put that on this side over here, underneath that, to give that as if that were, and that's my card. Super simple. Oh, thank you, ladies. Very nice. I appreciate all the nice comments. Super easy, super pretty. Shannon, I'm sorry. I think you were on before, and you probably didn't hear me, but I messed up and hit end instead of start, and that's how the video got all crazy. So I apologize for that. So thanks, you guys. Thank you. So you can imagine how many different colors you could do with this stamp set. If I wanted to fill more in here, I could just put more leaves here, and that would fill in more white space. If the card ends up having too much white space, that's a good way to fill it in. But I love this stamp set. I think it's so pretty. It's going to be one of my top faves, because you know that if you know me, if you watch my videos, you know that I love flowers. I love two-step stamping. I love that the dies cut out the flowers. This would be another really pretty leaf to trim, to cut out and use. That would be really, really pretty as well. So this bundle will get lots of use on videos and in my classes. So thanks for your compliments, you guys. I appreciate it. Just for the few of you that are on here that are doing Crafts, Tricks, and Chocolate with us, just a reminder that Karen and I will send out a detailed email about, you know, what you need to bring and where you're going to be going and all the important stats. Let me bring this down a little bit closer, and let me try to focus it. Does it focus? Oops, that's the light. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. So, and then you know what, to be honest, I'm looking at it on my computer screen and it's really much prettier in person because this blends in really well with the base. So let me see something here. I'm just playing around. I have these little pieces. Let me stick these down here and see how that fills that in, or if it looks silly. Nah, it doesn't work. It needs to go in further. Oops, it's upside down anyway. There we go. That looks a little better. There we go. I think that fills in some of the white space that I'm not liking as much as I thought I would. There we go. Okay, that makes me feel better. Who knows what will come up on the video. So anyways, if you come into Crafts, Tricks, and Chocolate, look in a couple of weeks. We'll send out another email with all the details, where you're going to go, what time, what you need to bring, all the good stuff. So that'll come in a couple of weeks. Kathy, it is two-step stamping is a lot of fun. I'm sure Emery probably has some in her stash that you guys can practice with. And like I said, you can use 2 inks or 1 ink, and you can get a really cool effect on both of them. So, all right, ladies, I want to thank you again for sharing some of your Monday night with me. It is, I think it's the last Monday night football game tonight. And playoffs, well, there's another week of regular season, and then playoffs will start. So football is winding down, which, you know, always makes me sad for a couple reasons. I love football. Secondly, it means winter's full coming on, but we have golf, so that will sustain me. But yeah, winter, it is not fun. So, all right, you guys, I love you guys. I appreciate that you're on with me, and I appreciate all your sweet, kind comments. And you're very welcome on the lesson, Kelly, for the colors. I learned that many, many years ago when two-step stamping first came out. We didn't even use 2 colors back in those days. We stamped off. So it's just so funny how things change and get better. And so, yes, go Patriots. You are so right. We are killing it this year, unexpectedly killing it. So that's been exciting. So yes, thanks, Judy. Happy New Year to everyone. I think last video before Christmas, I forgot to wish people a Merry Christmas. So thank you, Judy. I will wish people a Happy New Year. I hope you have a safe New Year's Day. Don't be too crazy. Get to bed at a reasonable hour. We have some friends coming, so we're going to barbecue. If it's warm enough, I should say, we're going to barbecue steaks and just kind of have it at home for New Year celebration. So, all right, you guys, I love you. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for joining. If you were on and got cut off, thanks for coming back. For all you guys that are Jags fans and Seahawks fans and Broncos fans, oh my goodness, the competition is going to be thick this year, isn't it? It's going to be thick. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye now.